Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tech Wolf, and today we're playing Doki Literature Club. So, I know very little about this game. So that being said, let's get started. Please enter your name. My name is Tech Wolf, and that's what you can call me. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'll never see yourself making today, but it just kinda works out because you know each other for so long? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I sighed and idled for... I can't read. However, I sighed and idled in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Hey. Sorry. Haha. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about annoying me. That's mean, Tech Wolf. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near the street, becoming increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Tech Wolf, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of many conversations when I discriminately go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori is like a worry a little. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Sorry, I can't read. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright? Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Zoe wanted me to check out some clubs. Because I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come in class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you were even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. I don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you would come to my club? Sayori! Yeah! There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori. is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. And she was the first one to show interest after one who proposed the club. She inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Suki made cupcakes for everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for cupcakes, okay? Yay, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I diligently follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Can't read. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Welcome to Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? I clicked too fast. A way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Tech Wolf. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Nasuki. The girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Nasuki is the one I didn't recognize. The small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Nasuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say that thing like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Nasuki. And well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Tech Wolf. Monica smiled sweetly. We don't know each other, well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me generously feels a little, to Monica. Come sit down, Tech Wolf. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As already mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Nasuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Nasuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Nasuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Nasuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Nasuki. Well, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing all in her face. I turn the cupcake around with my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Nasuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. Icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Nasuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Alright. Give up on Nasuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Salted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoying tea. I'm glad. Yuri faint smile. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monika that I was partially dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined a club yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of Literature Club, it's my duty to make a club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debut club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politic around the major club. It feels like nothing but arguing about a budget and policies, and even to appear for events. Prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the efforts to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. And making school events, like a festival, and much more important. I'm confident that we'll all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Right. Sorry, yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interesting in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Tekla, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read the past few years, I don't really have a good way to answer that. Personally, outside of the game, I love reading comic books. Or in Japan, they call them manga. Manga. See? Bam! I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Oh, don't joke, that's a good one. Missouri's head suddenly perked up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such for sign. I can't read. Let me start over. And telling a good story is such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so relieved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiology elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how writers can do deliberate take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yaks, I'm reading too much. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I just really grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. The shrill horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. I'm with her. Oh, why's that? Well, Nasuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Nasuki? But what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give it back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes are your poems? Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Nasuki and puts her hand on her shoulder. I'm not cute. Nasuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. What do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Nasuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. And so I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand now, Nasuki feels. Trying a level of writing takes more than just confidence. The trust from writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerability, and show even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example for and help Nasuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri? I want to read someone's poem. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Nasuki and Yuri looks quizzical at Monika. Let's all go home and write poems for our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Tech Wolf? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now, what we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with that been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Yuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and this is my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with jacked eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Heck Wolf. You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-head decision when it's like this? If writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Saria wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting in a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Wolf, I'll look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star, Monica, with mediocre writing skills? I already feel like anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue a chit-chat as Yuri and Nasuki clean up their food. Hey, Tickwolf, since you've already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walked home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us departed the club room, and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayori, Nasuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will it really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have to change the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I actually have to type out a poem. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever's likes your poem most. Okay, I'm going to go with her. They said cute, and she likes. So she writes cute things, and she likes to bake. So marshmallow. And if they like it, they'll jump. Okay, I have 20 of these to pick. And one second, I need a drink. Give me a sec. Okay, back. Joy. Kitty. Games. Party. Heart. Puppy. Bunny. Chocolate. I don't know. What would they like? Fun? Silly. Kurt. Boop. Parfait. Strawberry. Rose. Rainbow. Anime? He likes anime. Okay. We'll do headphones. Okay, obvious gamer. We'll do friends. No, get that over with. Hi again, Tech Wolf. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was last to come, and so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Tech Wolf. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of too much of an overwhelming commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not. Why does she use big words when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Here you told me you don't even want to join any clubs this year. At least year 2. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. No, I closed the game. Have I seriously been mute this whole time? Oh no, I'm so sorry for that big gap of silence. I've been mute that whole time. Okay, let's get past that and continue this. Sorry for the gap of silence. This is one of the games I can't start over, so we're just gonna have to go with what I have. That being said, let's continue reading. Yuri, thank you. I definitely read this. The enthusiastically takes the book. Pick the book. Phew. Well, you can't. Well, you can read it at your own place. At your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in her book. I can't help but notice her intense expressions, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Nasuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Nasuki utter an expectant sign from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approached her in case she needed a hand. You looking for something in there? Drinking, Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? And Suki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Magna? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What is that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume in Magna amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. It is. Suki snatches it out of my hand. He then turns to the box of Magna and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing the box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that, Phil. I get a closer look at the box that she's admired. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. So that probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She pointed to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Tech Wolf. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Suki pulled out a first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exciting. I can't read. It's excitingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Suki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windshield. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take a seat in my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Oh, why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that. It'll make me feel weird about it. Suki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I opened the book. Only a few seconds before Nasuki once again inches closer, her reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since you read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typically slices of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be interesting enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know that what you're saying. A lot of beginning is about sample things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where there's obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that's just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like what to get in, all the backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Nasuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you all your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into something because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? The mangas I read, I only read them offline, and I read Demon Slayer. I read My Hero Academia. I believe those are the only two I've read so far. There's a lot. I've also watched the anime on Hulu. Oh yeah, I'm caught up on those. Reread on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so, I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean. You don't. That's not... Well, I would really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, that's still... Oh, you still haven't grown out for that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, I take a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. But it is possibly harder for someone like you. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the classroom. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off at the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solved any of my problems, maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So, geez, that's enough. Are you going to keep me reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Haha, I totally forgot that happened. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. That always feels a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when, I should be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a star concept to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorites magna with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words what a feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Oh yeah, my brain just didn't want to work. And being able to provide that to Nusuki, for whom it's a rare experience, that thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could you time be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there, huh? Huh? Ah! Nasuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself to a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it over towards Nasuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Huh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because it really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. I wouldn't take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's necessarily sacrifice in exchange for seeing Nasuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write your poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready to do... Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Can't wait! Dory and Monica enthusiastically pulls out their poems. Dory is on the wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn with a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in an accomplished notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Suki and Yuri comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? You will know that next time when I play again. Hopefully I don't mute my mic for however long I had it muted this time. With that being said, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!